You've done this before. You get eager to go to the gym and you're like, this time I'm going all in. And you do. And you go to the gym for 2, 3, maybe even 4 weeks. Then after that, you just fall off. And it's not because you're lazy and it's not because you don't care, but it's actually because you tried too hard. And that's the paradox that we need to talk about. My name is B Bass, former collegiate athlete, now personal trainer and entrepreneur. And we all know the cycle, the big comeback energy into the intense workouts. And, we get sore and then we miss a day here and life gets hectic. So we miss another day. And then after a while, you're just back to square one, wondering what just happened. And see, the thing is, you're actually not the problem. The problem is the approach, and you trying super hard is actually what just made it worse. Let me explain. See, your brain is actually wired for survival. It's not meant for these massive sudden changes. So when you go from 0 to hero overnight and you start waking up at 5 a.m. and you start hitting the gym 5 to 6 times a week and you start meal prepping like a bodybuilder, your brain actually registers it as a threat. And this is called threat response. And what happens when your brain feels threatened? It resists. So it starts to create friction and it starts to make you tired, and it actually starts to whisper little doubts like, hey, we don't actually need this today. And boom, you're out. Add that to the fact that willpower is already a finite resource. So every decision that you make, from what you're going to eat to when you're going to work out to how hard you're going to go during that workout, each of these just drains the tank. And you're already busy, so you're running on fumes by 3, 4 p.m. So when you design a comeback that is meant to use maximum willpower every day, you're setting yourself up to fail. And it's not because you're weak, it's because the system is broken. So what's the fix? The fix is what I call the comeback blueprint. And the core idea starts so small, it almost feels stupid. No, I'm serious. Here's how it works. First things first, I need you to empty your mind, young Padawan. And forget about the 6 days a week. Forget about the hour-long workouts. Because with this new blueprint, your focus is only showing up 2 days a week for 20 minutes or less. That's it. And I already know what you're saying. You're like, hey, that's not enough to see progress. And here's the thing. You're wrong. Because right now, you're doing 0. And 2 days a week is infinitely more than doing 0. And you're not trying to optimize for results the first week. You're optimizing for survival. You're teaching your brain that, hey, this is our new normal. This is not a threat. I'm safe. Because first, we need to nail the identity. And this is where most people mess up, because they're focused on outcomes first. Whether they want to lose 20 pounds or whether they want to bench 225. And I get it, but outcomes are actually terrible for comebacks because results take time. And when people don't receive results fast enough, that's when they quit. Instead, ask yourself, what would somebody who shows up consistently do? They would show up at least twice a week. They wouldn't negotiate about it, and they wouldn't skip. Because the goal isn't to make this big transformation in 30 days. The goal is to become somebody who doesn't quit. And that identity shift, that's what makes comebacks stick. And here's the part that trips people up. You think intensity means progress. And yes, intensity matters. Eventually. But now, system is everything. What time do you work out? How do you remember to go? What's your backup plan when life gets crazy? These aren't sexy questions, but they're the ones that determine whether you're training in 90 days. So build the system first, same days every week, same time if possible, calendar reminders, gym bag packed the night before. Is it sexy? No. Is it effective? Hell yeah. Most people judge their comeback by week 3, and that's a mistake, because week 3 is where motivation dies. The novelty's gone, your body's sore, life's throwing you curveballs, and that's not failure. That's just week 3. But week 10, that's when the magic happens. The real magic happens around week 10. That's when the system becomes automatic, your brain stops resisting, and you stop needing the willpower to show up. So don't judge your progress on week 3, judge it on week 10. Because if you're still showing up, you've won. Now, once the system's locked in, you've reached that 10-week mark. Now we start to pick up the intensity. You start to add that third day, start to take the weight up a little more. You start to go a little harder, but not before, because intensity without the system is just burnout waiting to happen. I have a client, it's my guy Sean. Sean's over 40, has wife, kids, owns his own business, works I don't even know how many hours a week, but he came to me after he's already worked with a personal trainer who took him through these massively intense workouts and kind of got him to shape, but it didn't stick. So what did we do? We actually flipped the script. Started off working with Sean only 2 days a week, and still just only 2 days a week. And we focused on 1, form. 2, making sure we got that down first. That's the only thing I cared about. We didn't care about the weight. We didn't care about how hard he was trying to go. All we want to care about is just, hey, you show up 2 times a week, make sure we hit our form, take it back to the house. And to his amazement, he's like, wow, I actually feel really good. I'm like, see, that's the point. 8 weeks in, hadn't missed a session, not one. Around 12 weeks in, he started doing some workouts on his own at home. And all that culminated into over 2 years of consistency. He's still going today, and he achieved the best shape he's been in quite some time. Here's what I want you to take from this. Your past comebacks didn't fail because you lacked discipline. They failed because you try to outwork a broken system. Harder isn't better. Smarter is better. So start by starting small, build the system, and then give your brain time to adapt. That's the paradox. Because the less you try to force it, the more likely it sticks. So if you're in the 30 and up club and you're tired of the stopping and starting and the stopping and starting, so I put the free guide that outlines this exact framework that I just went over today. It has the 2-day-a-week template for you for workouts. It has the checklist to make sure that you're eliminating decision fatigue, and it actually has a 10-week tracker. You can click down below to download it. Grab it, build the system, stop trying so hard, and your comeback stops when you start forcing it. So good luck, and I'll see you in the next one.